Hello and welcome to a spectacular one-off, very rare, first of its kind, fan-made game that I will be featuring on my channel that has not been seen yet and may not be seen for a little while, if ever. Well, maybe a second one, and well, who knows about a third one. But one of you sent me a game that they made based off of Super Mario, of course, as you can see, and for your efforts, I thank you, my anonymous fan that would like to remain anonymous. And this is a pretty good one, and I get to use Patrick instead of Mario, and that's pretty cool because we all know and love Patrick. I mean, is there a SpongeBob character that we don't love? I mean, maybe like one of the lesser characters, like Larry the Lobster, or Pearl, or Perch Perkins. But honestly, me personally, I love every single character in the SpongeBob world, so getting to play as Patrick is pretty sweet. Now we have 5 levels to get through, and I didn't know that in my playthrough. I thought I was going to be stuck here for a little while, and I was trying to collect all the coins because achievement master in the making. I have to get every coin, and I thought I could destroy the blocks, but you can't destroy them, you can just bump into them. And dodging the piranhas and the Goombas, they do not fall off their platforms in this one. They kind of stay, and then when you jump on them, they stop, so they're much easier to destroy. But don't take that to mean that this game is easy, because this is still kind of based off Unfair Mario. As you see that block, as soon as you touch those type of blocks, they disappear, and you got to get off them quickly because there was another Petey Piranha underneath that block. So I know this block is going to go away based off of that level 2. So this level 3, and there's a little glitch on this fan-made game where you can't just restart the level, you have to restart the whole thing. So I'm back at level 1, which is not a problem because now I have a little experience, so I'm going to get through level 1 no problem. And I'm like, you know what, let me just speed through this instead of collecting all the coins. And let me just get back to where I'm at in level 3, because I know level 3 is not the last level, so I gotta put some work in and get through this. But I will collect that coin. And that Petey Piranha down below is kind of sneaky. You wouldn't expect one to pop up from there. You usually expect one to pop up from a tube, like this one up top. So, my subscriber, one of you, and thank you again for making this game, you were a little sneaky there, putting a little extras in there to make this in the spirit of Unfair Mario. Okay, so now we're back on level 3, and this time I'm just gonna jump on the block and go far, and that takes me down there, destroy that Goomba, and now I have 2 more disappearing blocks, so I get to get off them real quick. And now I'm on the singular block, and then there's 3, and these are pretty cool. You got a nice springboard. But there's 3 Petey Piranhas. I'm just going to jump all the way over to the single block, and I keep going. And 1 more springboard. Oh, but I have to go back to the springboard. So you have to go from the springboard, jump over that single block all the way to the finish line. And you have to kind of just go for it as soon. And you see I didn't quite get to the top of the pole, but it still kind of pushed me over there. It's just the mechanics of playing on Scratch. And I was waiting for that bullet bill to just obliterate me, but thankfully they only go one way. Because if you remember, in some of the Mario games actually made by Nintendo, the bullet bills will go kind of whichever way that you're going. They'll shoot out from either side. And I was like, that bullet bill wasn't hitting me, even though it should have destroyed me. And then kind of near at the end, it finally did. So I was like, well, they are a little glitchy, but I know to stay away from them, because if you all know from the real Mario games, the bullet bills are, a little on the skinnier side, but these ones have been eating a lot of cheeseburgers, so they're big and square. So they have a lot more surface area that you need to dodge, because they come in and they come in fast. And if you don't get out of the way, then you're looking at a restart, and you're looking at not getting past level 4 on this Super Patrick Dude game. Now the Goombas have I never let them kill me because, that would it's just you can't let that type of thing happen because that would just be embarrassing. So I did unfortunately get killed by the Bullet Bill, and I also did get killed by the Petey Piranha, which you will see. And thankfully those disappearing blocks come back after a moment, because if they didn't, then you would just have to restart because you would have to do perfect on every level. But thankfully, Unfair Mario, or Unfair Super Patrick Dude, is only kind of unfair. It's not completely unfair. It's not to the point where you give it 99 tries and you just can't do it. It can be done. We're here with, I want to say 20 tries. Maybe that's a little too much. It didn't take me super long. I did do it in under 15 minutes, so for the YouTube, actually no, YouTube videos are the good ones that people watch are like 8 to 10 minutes, right? Or it seems like nowadays the YouTube videos are a little longer, and people are still putting in that watch time for them, so who knows? It's just most people don't know about my channel. That's just what it is. So I use that trampoline pad or springboard, and I barely get to the next area. Of course, I know what's going on in these pipes. If this was regular Mario, I could go down into that pipe and find a secret area and find some more coins and power-ups. Okay, now we are on level 5, and I didn't know this was the last level, and I barely dodged that Bullet Bill, by the way. And then I got a little freaked out because I was so excited to get past that first part that I ran into that Petey Piranha, and now we're back to level 1 again. But no worries, we're just gonna keep pushing through, because now that I caught a glimpse of level 5, now I have to beat it, because I can't just back down when my curiosity demands to be satiated. I have to know what is at the end of that level. I have to know if I can get to the end of that checkpoint, or to the... I take it back. In Super Patrick Dude, I did fall victim to one Goomba, and one Goomba only. It was just a slight misstep, a slight holding down the move key a little too long. Excuses, anyways. So let's just keep going. And it's funny because if you're underneath some bricks and you hit like the question mark, and if the Goomba's right on top of it, in this version, as I die again, oh, there's 2 Petey Piranhas down there right near the goalpost. But in this version, if you hit a block underneath the Goomba, it will not make the Goomba flip upside down and be at your mercy, and you can just step on it real quick. It just keeps moving as if nothing happened. And I haven't seen a mushroom or anything to give Patrick a size up. That'd be pretty cool to see. Or what would be, instead of a mushroom, because that's kind of for Mario and Luigi, for Patrick, he would need something that's reminiscent of Bikini Bottom. Maybe like a Krabby Patty would come up from the question mark block, and that would make him grow to twice his size. Or you would need like there's the other one for when Mario gets the flower and he can throw fireballs. There should be something for Patrick. What else could there be from Bikini Bottom? He didn't play the clarinet. That was Squidward's thing. Oh, it could be oh, and here real quick, you have to, I guess in this version, you have to hit the white flag at the top of the pole in order to complete the level, because I was like, oh, I can go past the level. But I digress. Oh, so for Patrick, for the equivalent of like the fireball power up, he could get mayonnaise, because if you remember that classic episode when they all thought Squidward was teaching cooking class, he's like, no, this is music class, and Patrick's like, is mayonnaise an instrument? And Squidward's like, no, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Classic SpongeBob. So from the question mark block for Patrick, you could have a Krabby Patty, and then you could have mayonnaise. and mayonnaise would just somehow give Patrick some crazy powers and maybe smack away these bullet bills that are giving us a little issue. You see up top, they shoot out fast out of that cannon, and that cannon is tiny. Oh, fall victim to another bullet bill. But those cannons are tiny, and those bullet bills must be like 4 times the size of those cannons. So, I mean, that's why they're coming out so fast. You ever squeeze I don't even know, like I was gonna say a water ball, but I don't think anyone's strong enough to squeeze a water ball to force the cap off and force the water out of it, and make it explode out like that. But maybe something like like a bag of chips. You ever just, instead of just separating it the top in two with 2 hands like a normal sane person, you just grab the bag of chips and you squeeze it as hard as you can. One end is going to pop open, and some chips are probably going to fly out at a high rate of speed. So that's kind of what it's like when you have a huge bullet bill being shot out of a tiny little cannon. The smaller the area it is to shoot it out, the higher force is going to be enacted on the projectile. In this case, the bullet bill. And there is an infinite amount of bullet bills in that tiny little cannon, which is another thing that blows my mind, but I digress as I fall to my untimely death. Oh, and speaking of untimed, there is no time limit in this version, which is nice. We can take our time. Oh, the levels are not that long either. But just something to take note of, because in the real Mario games, you always had, was it 500 seconds on certain games and 300 seconds on other games? Because 300 seconds is 5 minutes. That was kind of a good, solid round number. Just be like, I have 5 minutes, beat this level, collect all the coins and the special gold big coins or stars or whatever. And now this feels like the run. This feels like the one where I will beat Super Patrick Dude and I will not turn back. Not from these disappearing blocks, not from the Goombas, not from the Petey Piranhas. As I jump over 3 of them, I will jump my way to victory, even if it costs me my jump key on my keyboard, because I'm pretty much have used it out by this point. I've probably jumped a couple hundred times in my playthrough, in just a short 15-minute playthrough, and I almost get killed by that Goomba. That was a close one. I'm gonna step on this one, get rid of it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me jump in it again. Oh, let me make sure I jump on the right edge of that springboard so I can project myself super far. Same on that one. I know there's a Petey Piranha on that tube. You cannot fool me. There's always a Petey Piranha in those tubes. And one more jump, and that's level 4 in the books. Next level, but I got a feeling this might be the last level, because this one's real tough. So if I can just get past this first bullet bill, I guess you jump. Oh, let's do it. Oh, okay. So I jump on that one block sticking up, and that's just high enough for me to jump over. Now I gotta get past this Petey Piranha, which I did not get past last time. I could have gone through both, but I was like, let me just play it safe. This could be the final countdown. Now I get up top. Now I'm on top of the cannon. And the bullet bill is kind of touching me, but I guess if you jump over just that top part, and we've done it. We've beat Super Patrick Dude. Next, I was like, wait a minute, next level. I thought this was only a 5 leveler, and it was. Some more levels are coming soon. I would give you a shout out to the dude, but he preferred to remain anonymous, so I thank you. And to any other subscriber that would like to send me a game, feel free to do so. I will try it out, post a video of it, and we will be peaches and cream. For now, I'll see you later.